Hi, good morning. Welcome into our Birds of Feather networking session. And my name is Kamila Stepniowska. I'm working with Focus, and I will be hosting this session. So the idea for this session is that we will have our discussion about what we do in terms of data science, in terms of job market, in terms of open source, and we'll see how many folks will show up for the session. Because the convention is that we will open the breakout room and then can discuss there. Breakout rooms are not recorded, so that can help with our discussions and discussion freely. Hi, Juliana.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. This whole time I was looking for where to put on the mic, but you have to request first.
Oh. Yes, unfortunately, to join here, you need to raise your hand. Yeah, you did that, and now you can be on the stage. It's not intuitive, unfortunately. So sorry for that. Yes, great to have you here.
Yes, thank you for having me. And I apologize. I have a kitten who's playing nearby, so if you hear noise, that's okay.
Yeah, no worries. How old is your kitten?
5 months. I have 2 siblings.
Oh my, that's adorable.
Yeah, and they've been watching the conference with me.
Wonderful. So we have two more viewers from like different species. That's that's kind of progress. Amazing. Yeah. So where are you based? What do you do? What do you do with AI, with data science, maybe?
Yeah, so I am currently in Ohio. I'm from New York originally. Um, and I am currently studying data engineering through an MIT professional program, but still very new to programming in general. My background is in neuroscience, and so the AI neural network stuff is familiar from that background. Um, but currently I'm working in libraries, so information science, and I'm just very much in the process of learning the technical pieces. And so this has been a really exciting time or opportunity to kind of get a sense of how much more oriented I am. Like I understood quite a lot of the puzzle pieces. I'm still building the connective tissue, and I'm looking forward to going back and rewatching things to, put the pieces together. But it was really exciting to realize that some of the confusion I had is actually full topics on here. So yeah, it's still very much in student mode, but figuring out kind of which gaps to fill, and we'll be looking for, entering, actually contributing and working in the field in the spring. So.
That sounds really exciting, and I believe that you are in a great space and great time with so many resources and so many tools out there. So that's amazing. It's interesting that that you are referring how neural networks like animals neural networks are similar to what we do in computer science. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's fascinating topic. Actually, I have one of my friend. She's neuroscientist, uh, who is now working more on AI side. Yeah. So again, like for her, it's also some of the mechanism. Yeah, she referred that those are similar.
Very much so. And when I was trying to figure out how to enter tech, because with that background, there's a lot of different entry points, I ended up landing on the data engineering side because they described it as building the nervous system, which I thought was really compelling. So I don't know which kind of point I'll land on, but it felt really important to be able to understand kind of the underlayer and how everything connects. But I'm still very
Yeah.
interested in the data science, the more data sciencey side of things as well.
Yeah, from a practical point of view, I believe that there is a for a job perspective, there is a great difference between like let's say data science and AI engineering, and and AI engineering is definitely growing, and this engineering part of that is very practical. So basically, those are very practical skills which we are learning, and um, you can work with many companies with that kind of skills. That's really great. Is there any like open source project which you are excited about? Like I know that you are on very beginning, but something which catch your eye maybe?
Yes, I forgot what it's called, but let me go back and look at the schedule. I will say one of the things that was discussed was about how overwhelming it can be to learn all the tools at once in parallel. And that's definitely something I have struggled with, because there's so many, bouncing around from thing to thing. You learn about one thing and then you realize, oh, there's 15 other projects going on that maybe that's an exaggeration, but that are addressing I don't components of that tool that other people find it lacking, but then just trying to figure out how to actually stick to one thing so that you understand the reason why the other thing might actually be more applicable. And there was one of the talks that addressed that, which I found was helpful for me in where I am. But I did attend the From Handwritten Notes to Smart Knowledge session this morning, which I thought was really cool. I really want to, I don't remember what the actual project is called. I'm looking at it, but I'm definitely going to go deeper into playing with that. It was the 9 a.m. this morning on the machine learning
I
track.
believe that Alice might be there. 9 a.m.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, but I'm trying to see if I know the person who did it.
Crew AI.
Yes, Crew AI. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Very cool.
I thought that was really cool.
You've got me intrigued. I'm going to go hit the replay button.
And for me, it was really satisfying because he talked about different aspects of the system, and one of them being the eyes and the brain, and then one being the librarian, and one being the editor, and all these different parts that kind of in some ways mirror my own career. So it gave me a window into how to bring a lot of different kind of branches together.
Yeah, I think these types of talks have huge value, because it's not necessarily, a lot of people think, well, I've got to talk about a tool or code, but a lot of the ones that just tackle how to tackle your day-to-day life, or how does a particular data science do this piece of work. Those are the kinds of experiences that I find incredibly valuable, right? To learn from others.
I was also inspired by the on-air sign. Yeah, that's another good example of kind of lifting the hood and seeing how do you actually solve this problem and all the different components. Yeah. How about what about both of you?
Yeah, so I'm working in Focus, working with different advocacy project, and I'm based in San Francisco, which is very cold these days, as this cold like cold weather is coming through a whole country. Alice, how about you?
I laugh when Camila says San Francisco is cold.
Me too.
I'm in Toronto, Canada, and she ain't seen cold.
Yeah.
I guess that's a
Oh,
weird
okay.
thing. She ain't felt cold, I guess, is maybe how to say it the proper way. But yeah, I'm in Toronto, Canada, and I work at NumFocus as well too in the advocacy place. So, on our team, we do a lot of connecting with projects. We do a lot of, you know, learning and doing research on. And Camila will say she's doing AI. A lot of trying to put time into learning about that, learning about how our projects that we fiscally sponsor, how they engage in the AI ecosystem. Um, and then for myself, I take over all the rest, which are non AI. But yes, but it's a lot of, for us, it's a lot of conversations with project leads, maintainers, contributors, helping them figure out how to navigate through open source and how to build and sustain open source projects. So those are the areas that NumFocus, you know, takes over if for projects that are with us. So
That's great. I've been learning a lot about it, open source in general. I've been
yeah,
listening to a whole series of different podcasts from Wes
good.
McKinney because I've been
Oh, of course.
and so of
Yeah,
course he speaks of it in in such an inspiring way.
yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah, he's a great source. Great
yeah.
source. Good. That's a good way to go. Is just listen from others who have done it, lived and breathed it. You know, that's a great idea. So
Yeah, and it gives me a roadmap for kind of once I'm done with the coursework, how to dive in and
yeah. Well, engaging in open source can be, I don't know about how far you've gotten in that, it can be a bit daunting at times. But one thing I'll say to people, you think it's daunting, but the maintainers, they're ready, they want to help, sort of thing, right? So where it can, some people feel, oh, I'd hate to do my first engagement or my contribution to something. Everybody feels that, but the projects are absolutely ready to help folks who want to give it a try. So don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to get in and do what you
and
can.
especially and especially right now, it's so many people are using AI for their contribution, and this contribution sometimes, yeah, with AI, it really matter how you are using AI. So if you are reviewing the code which AI was built, and yeah, if there was an understanding for what this code is, and like, I know that the contributors now struggle with having so much of automatically generated code. And so if they will see that you are a human being, just yeah, solving some issue on GitHub, they will be very happy. I'm very yeah, I'm very positive about that. So even like some small things on yeah, in solving some issues in the projects, open source project, which you yeah, like, or which you are interested in, that might be like a good practice, good way in. And the way how also you will meet more people, and start building yourself in the open source community, if that's something interesting for you.
yeah, absolutely. That's great advice. Do you think that do you mean to go into the code and find potential errors of the AI, or if you find something that is a problem or could be improved upon, then addressing it? Does that make sense as a difference?
Mhm. So the easiest way for contribution, it's like, for example, on our NumFocus website, you have listed all affiliated and sponsored projects, and then you have a link to all their website or GitHub. And when you will find out the way to their GitHub, on GitHub usually they have open issues, and that's the easiest way to get started. So in this definition, that will be predefined issues which projects define as an issue. So that would be easier because there is already a process around how to contribute to that, how to respond on the issue, and then usually they have a review process of this response. And so it might be it's automated somehow. Like still, like people are doing that, but the process is there. So in this way, it might be easier. If you have some suggestions, like bigger suggestion, then contacting a person might be easier. But sometimes on GitHub you have these discussions, and that might be even like faster than email or like yeah, something like that. Does it make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Do you happen to have a link for the location?
I'm doing now.
Oh, perfect.
I'm
Excellent.
just giving you our webpage to find just a second. I'm putting it in chat. So typing fast.
It's funny, I
Okay.
moved from where I was because the kittens are making noise, and of course they follow me.
Of course. Imprinting.
Yeah.
So the link I just shared there is it's a list of all of ours, and you'll see pandas there, and Wes McKinney is the
Excellent.
creator of pandas. But when you click on either of those, it'll give you at the bottom, it gives you a website, a link to their website. Usually on their website, you can get the link then to their GitHub repos. And in their GitHub repos, they will have GitHub issues. And I hope I'm saying things you understand. But that's our sponsored projects. We also have a number of affiliated projects. So there's lots of places that you can go and start looking, and neural networks and that sort of thing. There are a couple of our projects there that are in that realm or that domain space. And then, yeah, every project on there is required to have contributing guidelines. And those are like Camila was saying, that the issues, they have a process. A lot of times those are defined in their contributor guidelines. So you're just getting started. So try not to get too overwhelmed, but those are the ways you usually start to figure out how to engage. And then the next step, I also, on top of what Camila said, is if you're really interested in a project, then they're getting into their their chat channels, and those will usually be in the contributing guidelines on their website. That's a great way to hear what the community is doing on the project, and you can just lurk for a bit and watch and figure out, and then something may come to mind that makes sense for you to jump in. But there's lots of different ways to passively and then actively engage in open source projects.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Out of curiosity, are you familiar with Hugging Face?
I am. I haven't used it.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that might be, but that's a rabbit hole. Like definitely, there is so many models and so many folks there. But it's interesting to just like take a look from time to time, I would say. Especially that there is also searching, and you can search through like very specific subjects which you would like to find a model on. So yeah, it's more user friendly those days.
Hugging Face. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would go down that rabbit hole. I'm very prone to rabbit holes and get into major research mode and digging. And I've had to very much hold myself back to follow the curriculum because, one thing leads to so many more so quickly to keep track of it, and I know that even like from week to week, things can change. It can be really challenging to kind of, I don't know, find that right balance between focus and keeping up to date with the breadth of things.
Yeah, it's keeping up to date. It's extremely hard those days. So yeah, don't worry about that. Because yeah, you will just get your knowledge and you will feel more comfortable. Yeah. However, being totally up to date, I would say that's my opinion that it's not realistic those days because like models are just changing so fast. So yeah, it's only building some anxiety. So yeah, but I'm thinking about any like blog posts or newsletter. Oh, definitely like our newsletter. It's something on which we have some. We have the section monthly. We have a section of updates from projects, so that might be interesting. But yeah, if I were you, I would start with we created. We are on Zulip right now. So there are different topics on Zulip which you can which you can just join in terms of open source projects on the on Focus umbrella and like higher ecosystem as well because like no focus those are sponsors projects affiliated projects but also you have different committees and basically if you will ask some question or ask further advice my only concern it would be that you will get too many advices so
Many cooks in the kitchen.
yes, exactly. With strong but respectful opinions, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sorry for the noise for the noise on my side. Like now it's some rescue car, and before that it was we have a construction. Uh, yeah, sorry for that.
So what is the BOF?
Oh, birds of the feather. Great question. So birds of the feather, and that's this very open source thing. So it's a type of sessions in which there is a very specific topic usually or area, and there is open discussion on this in this area. So that's something which like in during in person like conferences it's very typical for open source conferences birds of the feather and usually you can have different styles but usually there are moderators of the session and they have pre-prepared like some teasers some subjects and then moderate the discussion with the whole room around the topic in here in during PyData Global, it's the first time when we are doing like interactive session on very open topics. So if we will have more people on this on this at the session today, then I will create breakout rooms, and basically you will be able to in principle have a networking session together. It like a couple years ago, also we used this format that actually on very beginning, everyone was free to write on the topic which they want to discuss, and then based on that, we were building like this breakout rooms, and the discussion was in the separate breakout room. So that's birds of the feather. Those are that's type of the format.
Nice. I like that. So that's an
Yeah.
open source thing across all the different that's nice. Birds of a feather flock together kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's even like a description on the Wikipedia on what birds of the feather is, and you can learn some more of the story around that.
Is that related at all to the Apache
Hmm.
thing project or inspiration, or maybe inspired the Apache project? Or
That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest.
that was another podcast I listened to recently.
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
Yeah, Apache is another organized or another nonprofit that is run pretty similarly to NumFocus. We do similar things. We just have we primarily in the scientific computing realm, and
Got it.
they're much bigger and in different spaces. But similar things happen. Yeah, another thing you'll hear is that we have is unconference, which again is another format whereby people come together, they suggest topics, then break out into groups and talk about those topics. So those are, similar informal types of discussion that you'll see at a lot of conferences.
Nice. Unconference.
Yeah, with
So,
unconference, I would just say that the one distinguishing difference it's that you expect to build something. So there is some repository, there is some educational material which is coming from unconference. So, for example, for us, there is this conference which we are organizing here by this committee, and the reason for this kind of disk and conference is to build materials which will be helping in inclusion in open source. So that's very specific topic. So yeah, but for example, we have also projects summit and the project summit which are for non-focus projects. They also have their own conference, so they can use the format.
so would that be kind of like a hackathon?
Yeah, in a way, like unconference is very similar to hackathon. Like there are no prizes, and there is no there are no judges, and there is no winners. Yeah, that's
It's
yeah,
collaboration, and the winning is the making of the project.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have a great potential. Like yeah, that's exactly. I love this. I love this description.
Well, thank you. I have been just taking in, I mean, I've gone to hackathons, I've gone to data conferences when I was in New York, especially. So I have a really broad, I was into UX UI stuff for a while and human computer interaction. I was actually working on building an app before the pandemic, and then a lot of things changed. So I have, I've touched a lot of the different parts of tech, and sometimes um, just trying to figure out where the things overlap, or like what you just said about how Apache is similar, but in a different space. And then I'm thinking, okay, well then what is like Anaconda? Trying to figure out, like I have to
Hmm.
build myself, a graph in order to understand how the different parts relate and which, how I'm gesticulating, but I don't have my camera on. I think you know what I mean. A relational
Yeah,
database,
totally.
how the different parts connect and where they join together, and maybe where they're kind of fixing the same problem, or if they're peers that come together. So that kind of feeling oriented, I still am not quite there, but on the other hand, it can lead to maybe making connections that for people who have been in the space for a long time might not otherwise make. So I don't know.
That's a good
Yeah.
approach.
Hmm. And it sounds like yeah, you are learning fast and furiously. So
Yes.
that's that's always great approach. I'm curious if you are familiar with this book Make It Stick, and
No.
that's about yeah, that's about learning. Like as a neuroscientist, like you know much more than I do, but I'm curious if you know this book. Let me find it. Oh,
Camila,
yes.
it's been really great chatting, but I'm going to have to drop. I have
Yes, you
another
have another
session.
session.
I do.
Totally.
So
But
lovely talking to you. Thank you
yes,
for the resources.
exact same. Keep
See you
going on yes,
again.
keep going on your journey.
Thank
You made good progress so far. Take care. Happy holidays.
you as well.
Yeah, we are on the hour, so yeah, we'll be wrapping up the session. Thank you so much for this discussion. Lovely meeting you,
You
Iliana, and I will see you around totally. And yeah, and have a great rest of the conference and happy holiday season. Cheers.
You as well. Cheers. Bye.